Welcome friends, after a super long and super hot summer, fall is here. Today we are making candy corn dipped candles. They are so much fun to make. After completing the prep work, it only takes 10 minutes to make these beautiful candles that look store-bought. As long as you have a way to keep the candle wax melted and fireproof, these are great for many types of events. Children as young as 4 can do this with adult supervision. Plus, this project's super cheap. All the materials are bought at the Dollar Tree, and I use the tall jar candles. Here's the ratio. You can make up to 20 without having to replace the wax. If you buy an extra candle of each color, you have enough to create 100 candles. Since the Dollar Tree doesn't make orange candles, I'll show you 2 ways that you can make orange using Dollar Tree candles. Notice how the orange candle is 1 inch from the top, and the yellow candle, you want to save 1/3 of the candle wax. The other part can be poured into the orange to make that color. When I melt my candles, I set the oven for 190 degrees Fahrenheit, and I set up my candles on a baking sheet, and notice how there's space in between. That's so I can pick up 1 candle at a time, so that way I'm not picking up all of them at once. I melt the candles at 190 degrees for a little over an hour. The candles look like this. Then I turn down the oven to 180 degrees and melt the candles for another 15 to 20 minutes until they're completely melted like this. This way the wax will be a little bit cooler and it'll be easier to handle, mix, and pour. To mix the candles together to create orange, there's 2 different ways I can do this using candles from the Dollar Tree. I'm showing this because sometimes it's hard to find the colors you're looking for. So the first one involves using yellow and pink. And then the second one, we will use yellow and red. Also, you can look for prayer candles or candles at Target and Walmart. Sometimes they carry them too if you can't find the colors you're looking for at the Dollar Tree. For the first one, we need 1 melted yellow and 1 melted pink candle. I'm taking the wicks out, and then I'm going to pour some of the yellow into the pink until it's about 1 inch from the top. The rest of the yellow will be reserved for the bottom part of the candy corn candle. Now I'll test it in the orange and see how it looks. If I'm happy with it, I'll go on ahead and dip my candle all the way down to the bottom and hold it for just a few seconds while I twirl it a little bit, and then I'll pull it out, let it cool off for a few moments, and then I'll dip it again till I get the desired color that I like. The more I dip it, the more orange it's going to become. After dipping it several times, I'm going to let it dry in the air and hold it for maybe a minute or 2 until the orange is completely dry. And then I'll dip it in the yellow, and I'll dip it several times to let it build up. Right now, it's going to look a little bit more orange. Once it dries, it will look more yellow. Then I'm just going to place it on top of the package that the candles came in and let it dry thoroughly. Now that the candle has dried, you can see how the yellow shows up better. Now I'll show how to make orange using red and yellow. This is a more brighter orange like candy corn. The downside is it takes more yellow candles to make this color. I melt 3 yellow candles and 1 red candle to make this brighter orange. I fill up 1 jar with yellow wax about 2.5 inches from the top. Then I add about 1 inch of red. I test it and decide if I need a little bit more red or yellow to fill it up 1 inch from the top, just like we did with the other candle. After testing it and giving the desired color, it's time to dip the candles. When using red and yellow candle wax, I like to dip the orange a little bit less than with the pink, and then dip the yellow a little bit more so that the yellow builds up on the orange. This way the yellow stands out against the orange. like the colors on a piece of candy corn. Here's our 10-minute candy corn candle project. We wish you a safe and happy Halloween.